we are going to be looking at a scenario where civilization starts over. We are on episode 20. Expect the stages of colonization. We already have the blue Iberians who have colonized, but the red team is also preparing to go get resources inside of Africa. Overall, this will be a good episode. Starting off up here in Greenland, we have the Norwegians exploring more areas in Greenland. A bigger expedition has been put out up here just to start exploring. They're not really looking to colonize this yet, but they are going to start going down over in the southern part of Greenland, and it's a lot warmer over here. It's not like European warm, but it's a lot warmer than up here. But speaking of Norway, if you remember, Norway and the Dutch team are really good allies. They helped each other out to defeat Germany inside of the Great European War. They both gained Germanic land, and so with this and them improving relations to this point, we see the Norwegians make an alliance. It's the Star Alliance. It wasn't just the Norwegians. These two both came together to make an alliance. And with this, we see a couple people joining. We have Finland joining because Finland and Norway are great allies. We also have Wales joining in, and the reason Wales joined is because Norway helped them, they kind of helped Wales in the invasion of Scotland, and Wales kind of just wants to be on the side of the Dutch. But mainly, these three want to go out and explore the world. They want to colonize. After hearing what the blue team did and all the resources they're actually getting, the people there that have to pay taxes to the blue Iberians, they're going to go out and start colonizing parts of the world that haven't been claimed yet. They're going to start off Greenland, Norway is going to start off over here. They're going to take parts of Greenland, and, these guys are all monarchies. I don't know why I said that, but they are all ruled by monarchs, and so Norway is just going to get that for now. They're not going to take as much as they want to because they're going to focus on other areas of the world. We have mainly the Dutch and the Wales. They send some ships down. And they go through here. They're just going down. And they're just going to head down to Africa because they want some land in Africa. The Dutch are going to sail past the blue Iberians. They're going to go down, they're just going to keep going until wind blows them off track and they start heading west. These guys, they think they're going east, but they're going west, and they're continuing. There's Norwegian ships and Wales ships. There's more Dutch ships than ever. There's more Dutch ships here than the others. That's why it is a Dutch color. But these guys are just sailing along. Think they're going to Africa. They're wondering why it's taking so long to get to Africa. So they're going to keep going, and they almost get turned around. Wales wants to turn around, and so does Norway, but the Dutch ships keep continuing on until they keep going, and they make a landing in these islands over here. They land, and they discover all of these islands, and the Dutch, the Wales and Norwegians want to turn around, but the Dutch, who are the most powerful within this group, are gonna be like, okay, fine, let's go back. So they're gonna go, and they're just gonna turn around their ship until they land into Puerto Rico, and they discover the whole island. And they realize it's a lot different over here than they thought it was. They haven't really ever been to Africa, but there's like palm trees, there's pineapples, so it's kind of weird. Who knows what's over here? Then they head west, and they land inside of the Dominican Republic, and they start going up the Dominican Republic, and they start finding some people like Native Americans, Native North Americans, and Native South Americans, which is what I'm going to call them. They discovered the whole island, and they actually had to kill a few people because they were going to kill them first. And when they went to extract the dead bodies, they realized that these are not Africans. So what they do is they go over to Africa They ask the African team to just go and explore the rest of Africa to see if we're there. So they get the Square Alliance and they head down and they explore both of these areas over here. Then, because these areas were unmapped and they weren't sure what they were, they start heading down these areas over here. And soon enough, both of these areas are discovered and mapped. And not wanting to waste resources, they're going to leave Tanzania to discover the rest of South Africa. They're like, we don't think you're here, so where are you? They're like, wow, we don't know. They land in Jamaica and start going up Bahamas as well. They land in Cuba and they begin going up Cuba until they find something very weird. There's a whole tribe over here. And this tribe is going to fight back against the colonizers and they're going to kick them off Cuba. And like when they run away, these guys are really populated and the colonizers don't know why. So, like, what just happened? They're trying to head back, and they head up and land in Florida. At this point, they think they're in Asia. They think they're in Korea, because they haven't really talked to these people. But some of them have been to Korea, and they said this panhandle thing looks really similar. They start just going up Florida, and more Native American tribes are popping up. Like, there's one over here in this area right here. They actually walk into a Native American war going on, and this yellow one manages to take over all of this purple one. And so now they're thinking, where are we? While this was happening, there were Norway was exploring Greenland, and they send a ship across this area over here, but they run into an iceberg and it sinks the ship. This Florida nation is going to chase the colonizers out of Florida, and the colonizers are going to flee back to their countries and start building up a military. And so when this gets out, hey everyone, there is a whole new continent over here, we think. So a lot of people are going to start flocking over, sending boats to try and go take some land over here. Finland is actually against colonialization, and they're wondering why they joined this alliance, mainly for protection. The Stars are the first one to get back over here, and when they do, the brown team is going to start invading Florida. They make a landing inside of the southern tip. This isn't the orange color, don't worry about it. And their gunpowder and guns have definitely been invented by this point. And soon enough, the Floridans are gone, and the Florida people have been assassinated. No one else really has the resources to get over here, but instead, they take all of Florida, the Dutch does, because it's mostly them who did the work. They're going to start exploring more areas into America. These Cuban people are going to take over the rest of Cuba. Wales is going to go ahead and land inside of the Dominican Republic, and they're going to take over the whole island, as well as going into parts of Puerto Rico and Jamaica, while the Dutch are going to take over the Bahamas. The Norwegians are going to just start going into Greenland, because they don't really care about regular North America. They like Greenland, and they like how no one else really is going to go up here. And so the Norwegians, are just going to stick down to the coast of Greenland as they just go down into more of these warmer parts. It's not much warmer, but it's warmer than these areas up here as they take over more parts, and this is the max they're going to get for now. Over here in Central Asia, we are going to see a start of a gigantic empire being made. This tiny one is going to start an invasion of this blue one. The tiny one is actually stronger than the blue one it just has a bigger population than the blue one, and soon enough, it actually takes over all of the blue one. And so if you thought that was it for the small country that will be forming an empire, no, because they're going to start an invasion of the green country. With that, the pink one is also going to start invading into the green one, capturing the capital. Over here, the small one is a lot stronger than the green one expected and everyone expected. But the rest of this is going to go over to the pink. And so this Central Asian country is starting their great revolution of becoming big. Over here in Australia, Indonesia has been going to work over here in the last couple, I don't know, years, months, make it up for yourself. They're just going to explore a lot of it, and fairly quickly they are going to get eaten by lions and kangaroos. And, well, these ones over here, they're going to take the bad route and head over into the outback. And they enter, and then they decide they don't want to be here. And they just decide they kind of don't want to do this anymore and kind of just retrace their tracks. The reason is half of them die over there, and instead they go up the other way. And they realize this place is kind of bad to live in. But regardless, they're going to start colonizing more. Mainly they're going to focus up over here as they connect up their two colonies over here. And yeah, it's going good for Indonesia at the moment. We got to get our daily Sri Lanka update in. This orange one is invading into the gold one. The orange one is a lot stronger than the gold one, so they take it over very quickly. And for the capital, I'm going to do this in one clip. It gets reduced. With Russia not being able to colonize, really, because Turkey won't let them out over here. Norway and Finland aren't letting them, they have access to the Baltic Sea, but they're not letting them out of the Baltic Sea. So we have Russia going to go ahead and take more land up in Siberia, and they're going to divide it up with the Seafoam Green country. Russia is going to get this land, and the Seafoam Green country is going to get this land. Russia can no longer expand anymore, and also they gave the Seafoam Green country less land because they are a lot less powerful. And for the final event, let's do a top 10 power ranking. The strongest country in the world at this point is Russia still. They are the biggest country, and they probably will be the biggest country forever. Number 2 is going to be the Dutch, and the reason is they just colonized America. And they're part of a really powerful alliance, probably the most powerful in the world. Number 3 in the world is going to go to China. They are dominant in their area, and they're very strong. Number 4 is going to be Indonesia. They have a lot of land all over. They have a great navy, the best navy in the world, because of all the islands they have to support each of their islands. Number 5 is going to be Norway. They have gained a lot since the European War. And now that they're in an alliance with the Dutch, they have expanded their military a lot, and they have colonies inside of Greenland. Number 6 is going to be the Red Italian team. Number 7 is going to be Wales. Number 8 is going to be Turkey. Number 9 is going to be Iraq. Number 10 is going to be the Purple French country. They did lose land because of the French Revolution, but they also gained a lot of important land from the Lime team. And that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. I will see you next time. Goodbye.